I asked a question, and the question was, how do you know if you should invest in your partner, whether you make more money or whether they make more money? Okay, if your partner has the house, have the car, have the job, and able to maintain all that, but the thing that's stopping them from being at the same level as you, like financially, being able to do the things that you can do, like if you like to go to a five-star restaurant, that they can have the finances or be in a position like that. My main thing to tell you, like when it comes to investing in your partner, is that if you're already in position, like I'm gonna give you a prime example. Let's just say I'm a multimillionaire, right? And let's just say my partner, she work at a diner as a waitress. Say me and her start talking, we're really vibing. She doesn't know I'm a multimillionaire now, okay? I ain't tell her about me being a multimillionaire, none of that. But we're talking and she's telling me her situation. And I know I'm in the financial situation where I can take her from where she's at to where I'm at in an instant. So my thing is that before I take that leap, though, you know what I'm saying? Before I take that leap and try to like help there, main thing is being able to connect with her to see if it's just a one night stand, if it's something that I can see a future in, or that she can bring value to my life in any shape or form. You know what I'm saying? And that's the main thing people don't think about when we have these conversations. Because if you're trying to bring value to a person's life, why not invest in it? You know what I mean? Like if you got a person that don't have the finances but got everything else on your list, why if and you're in the financial position, why not elevate them? Like I mean, they got everything you need here. The only thing they don't have is the finances to meet you here. The thing is that it doesn't matter if you have someone that's already on your level, because the thing is, if you have someone on your level, right, the main thing that's going to happen is that the fact that you both got the money at this level, the other person or you know what I'm saying, however it works on either side, you're not going to have the intimacy, you're not going to have the connections, you're not going to have, you know what I'm saying, the emotional support, all those things that you're looking for, because you already have someone that's on the same level as you, instead of someone that came from down here that didn't have the financial backing, and you elevated them. Now they're up here. Now they can stand beside you and still give you everything that you say you wanted. You know what I'm saying? And everything you were lacking. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you find your person that fully completes you right here, and you're up here, right? Financially. We're not talking about everything else. We're just talking about financially. If I know this person is my person, and just because they don't have the finances, I'm going to invest into them because I see what what potential they have, but I also see them putting in the work. You know what I'm saying? So you invest into them and see if they're going to put in the work. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is that once you take away, if like say your partner, for instance, we'll use the reason why, you know what I'm saying, they can't go and spend a lot more time with you, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be, is because of finances. Let's just say on the finances, that is like, I don't got enough money to be able to take a trip to come and see you, or I don't have enough money to, you know what I'm saying, to be able to take like a week or a month off like you want me to be able to spend time with you, travel a little bit with you and all that. You can easily elevate this person where they can do that. You see what I'm saying? Because you know, like, they're not trying to get your money. They're not trying to use you. They're trying their best to probably deny you of like taking your money type stuff. Like, I really don't want to take your money. I really don't want to borrow your money. I really don't want you spending money like that. But if your partner sees what you can offer value, he's gonna be like, babe, look, I know you don't want to probably take my money, but I want to invest in you because I know you can help me elevate even higher than I'm already am, because you complete me in everything that I'm looking for in a partner. So now that I have took away the financial burden, because that's the one thing that destroys a lot of relationships, is that not understanding the financial burden that people have to deal with that are right here compared to the people that's already financially, endowed, we'll say. So the main thing I'll tell you in any part of that is to be understanding of, if you're in a position to elevate your partner and they have shown consistency, like in the other areas, not probably in the financial, but in the other areas of what you need in your life. You know what I'm saying? And that's where you find that balance of like, okay, if I elevate this person, they're already showing me that they got everything else. They have shown it consistently. You know what I'm saying? Showing that they care about me, that how they treat me, how they speak to me, all that. Why not bring them up here and, you know what I'm saying, see how they act? I ain't saying you gotta give them a, like, if I'm a multimillionaire, that's not me saying I'm gonna give her $1 million. No, but I will be like, look, I'm gonna take the financial burden off you for the next 3 months. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do 3 months or 2 months. You ain't gotta worry about no bills. The paychecks that you get, you can use for whatever you need it to use for. You know what I'm saying? That, and then you see like, oh, well, okay, appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I'll just make it rock. You know what I'm saying? But it's about people taking advantage. That's the main thing. You don't want people to take advantage when you give them a blessing like that, to try to like make things lighter on them. You know what I'm saying? So the best thing I can tell you to answer your question, like, which I was shell shocked when I got the message from the person that wanted me to do this video. You know what I'm saying? So to answer this question, so I'm grateful for, the opportunity to speak for you, for this situation. But the main thing I would tell you though, without a doubt, is that if you have your person, if you really feel you found your person, like everything you've been looking for, the value is there. The only thing that's different is the financial situations. Man, I would rather invest in my person to get them to where I'm at than be a person that wouldn't invest in my person to get where I'm at. Because a lot of people get to the point where they think that money matters to that degree. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with putting a little bit of investment into your special person that's showing you consistency constantly. That's not just talk, but action too. You know what I mean? You want someone that's true to their word. You want someone that's hardworking and someone that is consistent. Those are the main three things that you need to make sure that your partner that you talking about, that is that person that completes you, can do. Like, off rip. So the main thing I can say is, like, if I was in a position, like I said, where I'm a multimillionaire, or I'm in a position of, where financial stability, where I can help my partner, I'm gonna be like, look, baby, if bills is your problem, let's take it off your plate for like 3 months or 5 months, depends on, how generous you're probably feeling to your partner. I don't want you to worry about finances. I want you to worry about stacking up that bread so we can do what we do and enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with taking care of your partner that you see, like, you see how hard they work. You know how dedicated they are. You see how focused they are. That the only thing that they need is that little push, because a lot of people don't realize your partner can be everything you ever dreamed, and the only thing they need is someone to help them get a little push. You know what I'm saying? And that push can be is mainly finances, because that's life. Life is mainly about the finance part. That people need that push to be able to be where you are, and be able to do the things that you're trying to do with them in confidence. Because, like, everybody want that security. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want that. Everybody needs that. And you need to understand, like, if the roles was in reverse, would you want them to bless you in the same way? That's the way I look at it. Because if a person come to me and say, say that the roles get reversed, and where I meet a woman that want to invest in me, but she's, iffy about investing in me, but she's talking about, I complete her, I'm all these things. But if the shoe was on the other foot, and I would do the same. I would be like, I see the value in you, and I see that you're showing that value. I see how hard you're working, and I can see what the thing that is, slowing down the process of us being together like we want to be, and being at the level we want to be. So I'm going to bless you by elevating you a little bit to try to help that burden get off of you and let you rock like that. And now you're going to have to show like, okay, you're really trying to make this thing happen, make these things, make the changes. And it comes down to those that lock in focus on that. Like, I want to see my partner do good. I want to see my partner win. And there's nothing wrong with investing in your partner. Like, so the one thing I'll say to, like, hopefully to answer your question is, man, never be afraid to invest in your person. Because the thing about investing, like if it's a man that you're investing to, you're gonna get your investment back 100 or even 10 times over when you invest in him. Because everything he built is for y'all. Where I'm sorry to say it, on the flip side, everything that a woman builds is mainly for herself. Like, that's just how the roles is. I'm not saying that's completely, not everybody feel that way, but by tradition in itself, you know what I'm saying, that's the way it works. You know what I'm saying? Once upon a time before then, like back in the old days, the wealth that a man accumulated and the wealth that his wife accumulated was that the money that his wife had, you know what I'm saying, say that the man was a multi-billionaire and say that he lost everything. Usually his wife, if she was a good wife, a smart wife, a wife that always wanted to see her legacy with her person, with her special person, to see him succeed even whenever he falls, is that she always had some finances put back, so when he fell, she was able to have that safety net for him. And it should be in the reverse automatically, of course, you know what I mean? And that's how relationships thrives. And that's putting safety nets for your partner to let them know, like I know a woman had asked me, I think about like 2 weeks ago, she asked me a question. She was like, what do I do if my man ever fell off, like he ended up losing his job, he got laid off, or he went broke? I say, put it like this. It's good for you to have your own finances as a woman. Like, I believe that. But the thing is, your money is supposed to be a safety net. So to make sure that when he does fall like that, and he's gonna start stressing and going in his head, he's gonna turn into, like, that drunk and all that. Before he gets to that point where he's gonna get ready to fall into that, and you find out he fell like that, you can hit him with this right here. And there's something that she was like, dang, I never thought of it like that. And I was like, when your man fall like that, and you're supposed to be that safety net. The safety net is like this. Like, when you find out your partner lost everything, the main thing you can tell them is like, oh, you lost your job? Yeah, baby, I'm sorry. I gotta try to figure out. I'm stressing. Woo, woo. I don't know what to do. I gotta think of how I can get another job. Ooh, I can't believe they let me go. All this, that, and third. A real woman's gonna tell them like this, baby, shut up, listen, take this money, do whatever you gotta do, because we're not finna be broke. I'll take care of the bills, but I want you to take this money and I want you to get out there and, handle business, because we're not gonna ever fall back down, because I'm your safety net just like you're mine. And my job is to make sure that, what I'm saying, a lot of women that go on shopping sprees, for prime example, imagine that all that shopping spree money that you went with, if you cut it in half, put half of it back for a rainy day for you and your person, and use other ones to buy you a few things here and there. Just imagine how much money you would have stacked up for a rainy day whenever your man falls, if you truly see you and your partner lasting forever. So hopefully I was able to answer your question. You know what I'm saying? So Qbaby out.